Hello first graders. Today we're going to be doing a circle map. We'll also be doing a tree map, and then we will be moving on to our sentence. Our focus today, our learning target, is I can organize my writing with a tree map. So first thing I'm going to do is put my name on the top, and then I'm going to put my topic in the middle of my circle map. And my topic today is someone we know, Mr. Carlos. And then I'm going to be writing a little bit about him today, and my connecting words are Mr. Carlos likes and Mr. Carlos works. So I'm going to think about what I know about Mr. Carlos, and I know that he really likes chips. That's a snack that I see him eating sometimes when he's not helping us clean. And so I'm going to write that Mr. Carlos likes chips. Chips. Another thing that Mr. Carlos likes is to clean. He cleans our school and he does such a good job. So I'm going to say that Mr. Carlos likes to clean. Now I'm going to move on to the next word, which I said Mr. Carlos works. And Mr. Carlos works at school. So I'm going to use that. I'm going to say at school. And I also think that Mr. Carlos works outside sometimes because I see him outside shoveling the snow or helping to clean up our playground. So I'm going to say Mr. Carlos works out, that's a sight word, outside. All right, I'm all done brainstorming on my circle map, and now I'm ready to move on to my tree map where I organize my writing. So I'm going to flip my paper over, and I remember that I'm writing about Mr. Carlos. I can go back and look if I don't remember. And the first connecting word that I had was likes. The other connecting word I had was works. All right, now I'm ready to continue on my tree map, and I remember that I said Mr. Carlos likes chips. So I'm going to say that one. I'm going to go back and look if I'm not sure how I spelt it. Chips. Mr. Carlos likes chips. Now I'm ready to do my next sentence on my tree map. And I remember it was Mr. Carlos works. And I said at school or outside. I'm going to do at school. At school. All right, now that I'm done with my tree map, I'm ready to color code it. And I use my colors to help me to remember what my different sentences are. And my first sentence is my green sentence. Mr. Carlos likes chips. My next sentence is my red sentence. Mr. Carlos works at school. Now I'm going to get out my little notebook, and I'm going to use my tree map to help make my sentences. So I'm going to move my tree map up just a little bit. Hopefully you can still see it. And in my notebook, I've got a lot of good sentences. I'm going to go to my next new page, and I'm going to write my topic on top, Mr. Carlos, and I'm ready to start my first sentence. In my green sentence, Mr. Carlos, gotta remember those finger spaces, likes chips. And then I have to remember my ending. All right, the next sentence is my red sentence. Mr. Carlos, starting at the pink line, writing on the lines, works at, and I might run out of room. I'm going to go down here because it's okay if I go down here, at school. That way I don't run out of room. Now I have to remember where I put my period for that one because this isn't the end of my sentence. Mr. Carlos works at. And my end of the sentence is down here. Mr. Carlos works at school. So I put my period down here. All right, now I got to go back with my green and my red to check for my uppercase. For this one, we have 2 uppercase because it's his name. And Mr. Carlos is important, so we have to put 2 uppercase. Mr. Carlos. Now I go back for my punctuation. And I know that I have 1 period here and 1 period here to show the end. And there is a period after Mr., but those aren't really periods. Those are there to show an abbreviation. And it's there to show that the word is shorter. All right. And when you're all done, you can draw a picture. But today, you're not writing about Mr. Carlos. And today, instead, you're going to be writing about Mrs. Perkins, our PE teacher. And you're going to use the same words, likes and works, to help you plan and write your story about Mrs. Perkins. We know you're going to do a great job. Thank you for doing 5-star writing.